And after 5 fantastic years in Dublin, we're moving to the absolutely wonderful city of Lisbon in 2016. We're incredibly excited about that, and I would now like to bring out some of the Portuguese delegation to hear how preparations are going. Please give them an incredibly warm welcome on stage.
Okay.
So, firstly, I'd like to speak to Michael Freschi, Chairman and CEO of AICEP, Portugal Global. Michael, your organization played an absolutely key role in persuading us to move to Lisbon. Can you tell us a little bit how preparations are going?
Yes, of course. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Paddy. It is a pleasure to be present here at this tremendous event. And let me start by congratulating you, because you've come from 400 attendees 5 years ago to more than 42,000 5 years later. It's unbelievable, and I believe you and your team should be very proud of it, and for the level of engagement you've had from startups and from investors. And this is why we are so happy and thrilled to host Web Summit in Lisbon next year and the following years. We are really very excited, and this goes from the Portuguese government to the municipality of Lisbon, to AICEP, the trade and investment agency of which I'm president, Turismo de Portugal, Turismo de Lisboa, Mel Arena, Phil, the Lisbon Exhibition and Congress Center, and of course all the startups, the companies, the community. We all want to be part of it, and we are ready to receive you, I would say, with arms wide open. And we want to take the next Web Summit to be even a greater experience than the one we are already feeling here this year. And that's why we are really working hard on it. The venues, Mel Arena and Phil, are here, and they are present to witness all the details and what it takes to make a summit like this. From infrastructures to lighting, to Wi-Fi, to hardline networks, catering, security, transportation, all these details are being taken care of, and notes are being taken on how we need to replicate this in Lisbon next year. And also Portuguese companies that are going to partner with the Web Summit in Lisbon in terms of events and activities, they are also here present, and I believe many ideas are already flourishing towards making the Web Summit in Lisbon a great and unique experience. Finally, one final comment on the task force that has been formed, established to make sure that the transition from Dublin to Lisbon is smooth, and also to help in all the necessary steps to make the Web Summit a huge success. This task force is composed by AICEP, by Turismo de Portugal and Turismo de Lisboa, and it is led by AICEP. And we, of course, are feeling all the necessary support from the Portuguese government and from the mayor of Lisbon. So, you see, Paddy, we are really excited to receiving you in Lisbon next year, and I hope to see all the attendees here present this year and many, many more in Lisbon next year. Once again, congratulations for what you have achieved.
Thank you so much. Thanks a million. So, and let me bring in the Deputy Prime Minister. We're incredibly delighted that you've been able to join us today. I'd love to hear a little bit about the tech scene in Portugal.
Okay, so good morning, Dublin. I think the tech scene in Lisbon and in Portugal is growing fast. And the Portuguese startups are getting noticed all over the world. Some major global IT companies have headquarters in Portugal and are moving namely to Lisbon. And we have a stronger link than in the past between universities and companies. In the last couple of years, Portugal increased 50% the number of PhDs and masters in companies. And you know some brands, some company names that are becoming global. The unicorn one, for instance, is Farfetch. But I could name also Fizai, Uniplaces, they had a major success in Dublin this week, and Music, Codacy, etc., etc.
Yeah, actually, the winner of our startup competition last year was with over 1,000 entrants. We then got down to 200 startups that pitched here, and the final 3 startups on stage are 2 startups from San Francisco and 1 startup from Portugal. And I was amazed because at the time I'd never really heard of any startups, many startups from Portugal. And this small young startup, Codacy, just beat out all of this competition from all over the world. And they've got an incredibly bright future in front of them. So what can people here expect from Web Summit in Lisbon?
Oh, you will have great enthusiasm, you will have a great welcome, and you will have great fun also.
Fantastic.
In Lisbon, you have good facilities, you have good prices, you have a city committed to innovation and startup environment. You know, you mentioned San Francisco, SFO. This week, Bloomberg named or called Lisbon the new SFO or the SFO of Europe. You will have in Portugal sun, light, heritage, good food, sea, surf, New Lisbon, vibrant nightlife, hospitality, most people fluent in English, and you will have also sun in November. And you can take a break and sun bathe in November, 15 minutes from Lisbon. So you can expect a very good welcome in Lisbon.
Fantastic. I'm so absolutely incredibly excited. Reading 4 weeks ago the Financial Times writing about Lisbon in just such glowing terms, and then to see Bloomberg in the last few days call it the new San Francisco of Europe makes me incredibly excited. We're going to be welcoming so many people from all over the world in 2016 in Lisbon. I can't wait, and I look forward to seeing all of you there, and I really appreciate the time. I know you've all got a very busy schedule, so please lead me in a round of applause for our wonderful host for 2016.
May I just tell you one thing?
Yes.
Okay. We know Dublin was decisive in the history of Web Summit. We know Dublin made a fantastic job for the Web Summit. And we are very honored, and it's a huge responsibility to take up from Dublin. And this will also globalize more Web Summit. So you can be sure this is a great challenge. Portugal delivers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.